Sige. So may hapon sa tanan. I hope you are working on with your marketing, developing a marketing plan, or I mean your marketing plan proposed for a certain establishment. Okay. So this afternoon, let's talk about. Anyway, may I just ask, do you drink soft drinks? Nagainom
Yes,
tanan ng soft
sir.
drinks na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay.
sir.
Kung wala kayo, no? Patyon ko na lang kay magpakting way kayo mo. So anyway, uh, soft drinks is one of our favorite. No? Uh, if you haven't known soft drinks as well, we're made for certain reasons now because every product on in the market are there to uh, are there in the market, of course, not to meet certain needs na kung makita nyo ang different products now talking about soft drinks, yeah, kita different nga mga labels na, and uh, it is actually intended for to different consumers as well, no? Like we have Coke Diet, no? May caffeine free, no? May Coke Zero, okay? Why do you have to do that? That's a question I want to pose this afternoon. So basically, they have to do it na ako na masabat because to address the need na of certain market na. Because at one point, no, uh, in the life of being a marketer, they saw that there are untapped market. Okay, when we say untapped market, these are markets that are just there, who are not anyway buying some soft drinks because of certain limitations. So they have to do something on how are they going to get those market. So base kuan na sila, ang conscious na sila ng sugars, or base sa caffeine, no, allergy sila mo na. So several products that addresses their needs actually came out. That's why we have different products. This is only a sample under the soft drinks, but there are still a lot, no, products that we can name that has different presentations and variety, okay, with different elements that normally address the need of a customer. Okay, so we are actually entering to our class now. This is the market segmentation and introduction. Okay, since we're proposing for developing a marketing plan, okay, gaining and maintaining a competitive advantage in the broad consumer market for hospitality and travel is a very difficult task. Na? Maghambal kita nga competitive advantage. This is an advantage over competitors. Na obtained what? There are many ways to obtain competitive advantage. Okay, one is lowering the price or including additional benefits that justify the higher prices. Okay, you wanna compete? How? Okay, pwede ka kapanabo presyo. Or you wanna compete? You just include additional benefits sa imo nga product, no, considering that you're offering higher prices na. And besides, there are still a lot, no. You talk about quality, you talk about the brand, no. So the end result for either technique offers consumer what? The greater value. Okay? So muna, no? Mamakot kita pero what is your product? We have a product like this. What is the competitive advantage of that product over the others? Okay? So it is much easier to be successful if the firm tries to carve out smaller niche or segment of the market, in which firm can establish competitive uniqueness. Okay, so market segmentation. Segmentation is one strategy as well for us to be successful sa isa ka business. Why? Well, we'll dig into that. Market segmentation is pursuing a marketing strategy whereby the total potential market is divided into homogeneous subsets of customers. So as discussed previously, we cannot really offer everything to we cannot be all to our consumers. Why? Remember, we have diverse consumers now. So what we normally do is we make product and we sell it to them. And at the end of the day, products are not sold because it doesn't really fit to the needs of these customers. So market segmentation actually tells us that you really have to make really have to make segments of each market. This is a bigger market. You have to itemize, no? Sino na sila? Are they students? More of them are teachers. These are male and females, no? These are ways to segment the market. There are concepts of segmentation. One concept, one is I will be presenting the wrong concept. If they segment, number one is the market and the target and their target marketing promotional efforts to just a few selected segments will fail. Again, wrong concept of segmentation is if they segment the market and target their marketing and promotional efforts to just few selected segments, volume will fall. No? That's wrong notion. Kaya ba sila, okay, isegmenta na sila, nagamay na lang ang segment, nagamay na lang sila, kaya nga, mutang mo sila, puro lang estudyante, male and female, puro titulang na, no? If you went to those segments, ma-fail kita, kajutay lang sila. Number two, they believe that they have to appeal to all potential customers, okay? And that by segmenting, the market will weaken their competitive position. Basically, this is really wrong. Kaya nilagmay ng customers sa aton nga maano, no? Lain ako ni oferta sa tanan niya. Kay di siya mga amo ning products naton. Okay? Mag-segment kita, magamay aton nga position. Okay. What's the nature of market segmentation? Okay, let's talk about this one. This is really important for us to, as we are making our market segmentation. Why need to segment market now? Listen to this. Number one, to improve the sales and profit because it allows the organization to target specific market segments. Okay, this is contrary to the wrong concept I presented a while ago. This is to really improve the sales and the profit because it allows the organization to target specific market. In segmentation, we're trying to understand to segment the market and we're trying to give them their needs specifically because of course not all we're gonna need the needs girls. Not all we're gonna need the need of the children. Okay, there are specific needs for adults. There are specific needs for government employees. There are specific needs for women. Why do we need to segment? Because we want to target specifically their needs of these segments. Number two, segmentation companies could identify those target markets are heavy users of their product and services. You see that? Others may not be the heavy user. That's why when you segment, you'll understand that this group are actually heavy users. Okay? Heavy users, they can buy, maybe they want, but the market could be coming from these heavy users. Okay? Balanayas niyo hapon. Okay, let's continue. Segments that hold little potential for using company's product receive little attention. So if we have heavy users, since we are actually assessing the segments in the market, heavy users will have greater attention. And here, those little potential consumers, okay, receive also a little attention. Of course, no? Kung nakita mo, ginatagaan natin importansya ang mga users, kag ang mga light users naton, we're not giving that much of importance now. Kung gusto mo makita, yung tawag na yung effectiveness. Number 4, different product service mixes can be promoted to meet the needs of different segments. Now, this is important. No? While you are segmenting and trying to divide the market, you'll be able to see that different segments do have different needs. Okay, and so different product service mixes can be promoted to meet the needs of different segments. Okay, so you can meet the needs of those children, those pregnant women, those oldies, okay, those retirees, okay, because they are segments that need specific specific products. No? Number 5, permits the organization to allocate the scarce marketing resources aimed to those market segments with the highest probability of purchasing. So part of planning is, of course, part of segmentation is to see to it that the organization has enough resources to fill in, okay, and to provide the products of the heavy users. Kadamo sang benefits na when we are trying to segment and we're trying to strategically divide, no, ang aton nga mga target market. So it's a wrong concept nga magambag kita nga i-segment natin sila magamay kag mapigaw ang aton nga negosyo. What are some criteria, no, of effective segmentation? Okay, ano mga criteria nga dapat naton ibaluon, okay, when we segment and when we try to consider? Number 1, it's substantiality. Why? It is a criterion to evaluate the effectiveness of market segmentation. Why? The size of the segment must be large enough to warrant special attention. Okay? So during the segmentation, you have to, no, in your decision making, you have to see if the segment is big enough to warrant special attention. Okay? In Bacolod City, if there are like 200,000 people in Bacolod City, okay, and if your segment only after the segmentation, you only find out that there are only like 50 person. In this segment, there are only like 50 person. Hindi na sa substantial. Jutay na siya. Bangod na hindi ka nakabawi. So along the segmentation process, you're trying to decide if it is if the number of this segment is large enough or not. Okay. So it asks the question whether the market is large enough. Okay. It's you who could answer that one. Next is the measurability. So the criterion used to evaluate the effectiveness of the market segmentation. So it should be assessed from 2 perspectives. So measurability, what are these 2 perspectives? Number 1, the overall size of the target market segment and the projected total demand or purchasing power of the target market. Okay, you see that there is a big number of segments. Yes, in Bacolod City, I can see that there are like among 200,000 nga mga pumuluyo, no, or people living there, it's really 100,000, no, ang may mga ubra nga may mga ubra nga mga tatay. Okay? See? Okay. I-segment ba siya? Those male, okay, who are working in the office, no? So mga 100,000 kids, no? So that segment is male working in the office, 100,000 kids. Okay, so it's not enough. Yes, shall we say it's enough? No, the number is great, but the next question is, may araihan sa tawag ng purchasing power, no? Ang ina nga target market sa 100,000 sila ayhan may ara sa nga tawag nga purchasing power, kaya ayhan nila magbakal na sa imong product. Yes, There are 100,000 men, but do they have this purchasing power? Okay, para makabakas ang product mo. Kung wala man lang sila kwarta, that's one thing that you may try to consider, no? The number doesn't actually tell na okay na yun, no? But you have to as well assess if they have this so-called purchasing power. Number three is accessibility. Okay, this is a criterion. The large target market must be reachable or accessible through variety of marketing communication. When I say marketing communication, this is since this is criteria, one of the criteria, and this asks the question, is it possible to reach the large target market segments through variety of marketing communication efforts? Ano na sila? Like advertising, promotion, direct marketing, telemarketing, and personal selling. Yes, you say there is a large number of people in that segment, but are they reachable with the following promotions? How? Are they reachable through personal selling, telemarketing, promotion, advertising? Or are these people really are not, or cannot be accessed by this forms of communication? But if they are, malabot man lang sila sa promotion sa telepono, direct marketing, TV, advertising, Facebook, then it is a good, right? It's positive, no, for this criteria. Next is actionability. This criteria, consumer in the same market segment similarly react to the marketing program used to target them. So this is next, the actionability. How effective is the communication or the tool for communication for this target market? Ano sila kadasig mag-response sa tawag na marketing program na gina-target para sa ila. Okay? The responses. And next, in other words, consumer with a particular market segment should share similar characteristics. Well, those in different segments should vary in terms of characteristics. So there are in these segments that are easily reachable via Facebook. Others are easily reachable via telecommunications. Others are easily reached via via phone calls or direct marketing. Okay. And last here is differentiation. It refers to the degree to which a market segment can conceptually be distinguished and has the ability to respond differently to different marketing mix, elements, and program. Okay, so this talks about the responses to different marketing mix elements. So these people, are they do they consider really the pricing? Ano sila ba mga ano sa pricing, allergies sa pricing? Okay, talking about the location, because we're talking about the marketing mix, so how sensitive are they talking about the marketing mix? So at this point, I presented the criteria for the segmentation. Let's move on to the next one. Anyway, before I go to the next PowerPoint presentation, do you have question first on this first presentation natin? Can I have one response from the group so that Yurka Jane?
Wala naman, sir. Wala naman, sir. Questions.
Okay, makontinue ka. We're still under segmentation. Next is, let's talk about target marketing. Okay. Okay. So target marketing. This is actually part and parcel of your developing a marketing plan. So three major steps. There are actually three major steps in target marketing. One is we're talking about our market. How do we go about our market? How do we start no, doing it? No? One is market segmentation, the ones that we have discussed first. Number two is market targeting. Third is market positioning. Let's talk about these three major steps in target marketing. Okay. Market segmentation, in this process, we do the development of the segment profile. In market targeting, we select the target segment. And in market positioning, we develop a marketing mix for each segment. Okay, now we are trying to understand how do we do the target marketing. No? So if you want to look for your sure customers, for sure target market, then you have to do the steps. No? One is the market segmentation. No? Sinuna sila no, i-develop ang profile nila. Okay, maganda ko develop profile, as what mentioned a while ago, mga babae, mga lalaki, mga may ubra, mga wala ubra, mga mag-asawa, nabalo, kabataan, okay, teenager, young professionals, these are actually profiles. Now, in market targeting, you now are trying to select the segments. Okay, diin gida ang target mo. And number three is, kung may ara ka na target, then you develop a marketing mix for each segment. Now, let's go and learn one by one. The levels of market segmentation. Mass marketing, okay? Mass producing or mass distributing and mass promoting about same product in about the same way to all customers, okay? This is mass marketing. You make product, you distribute the product, you promote the product to all. That's mass marketing. You have to remember this one. We have to differentiate between mass marketing and the other types of marketing later on. Okay? The segment marketing is the company recognize that buyers differ their needs, perception, and buying behavior. In contrast with the first one, mass marketing make a product for all. While the other one in segment marketing is they recognize that the different buyers have their different needs and perceptions and buying behavior. Okay? I hope you get the difference between the two. Through segment marketing, the company can make more efficiently aimed towards the market it can serve best. Maganda kita efficiently, wala sick. Yeah? When they make a product, it is specifically targeting their target market. While the mass marketing, they make the product and the product is offered to all. And turn out that all of it, all that he's talking about are not really buying. There are only few of them who are buying. The company as well, through this one, through segment marketing, the company can market more effectively. Why? By fine-tuning to meet the needs of designated market. Now, magamba ko effectively, igo gijaya ang kinanlanon sang market. Kag efficiently, wala usik. Kaya nga, ang tanan nga ginobra nga mga product are customized, are tailored fit to the needs of this segment. You see? Now, when you start your own business later on, you have to know who are your target market, or do you even have a market? Okay? If you have your product at this moment, sino ang market mo? Okay? But if you don't have any product at the moment, let's see what is the need. What is the need of the people around here? Okay? Okay? So, pwede man mag-go ka sa, let's see what are the needs of the young people nowadays, or what are the needs of those pregnant women nowadays. If you want
to go and see directly kung sino ang imo nga i-serve. Ay nga, maging specific kita para wala usik, no? Dapat maging effective kag efficient ang aton nga services. Let's evaluate the market segment. How do we evaluate the market segment? So we have three: the market size and the growth, segment structural attractiveness, and company's objective and resources, one by one. Now, how do we evaluate the market segment? No? Kagina, may ara na to eh. May criteria, no? Idugang tani siya. No? May criteria to kagina. This one is an additional. Mayong hapon sambrona. Okay. First is to evaluate the segment is the market size and the growth. So when we evaluate, the size should be right. Okay? And number two, the number should be, or the segment should be fast growing. Magamba ka fast growing, dasig magdamo. Pero ang pansin di is, no? It doesn't mean nga fast growing ang isa ka segment, no? It doesn't mean nga promising na, no? Amo na siya ang dapat na maintindihan, no? Yes, you have this bigger segment, but you have to know if these segments are right segments for you. Okay? The size should be right and the growth should be right as well. Number two is the segment structural attractiveness. The company must assess the factors that affects the attractiveness of the segment. Ano ang mga nag-affect sa pagiging attractive, no, sa isa ka segment? Okay, let's see kung ano ang mga factors. Okay? Number one, current and potential competitors. Of course, no? As threat, no, to the organization, competitors pose, no, as a companies, as one who affect the attractiveness of the segment. Siyempre, kung damo competitor, hindi na sila attracted mayo sa imo. Bangod nga, makita man na sila sa iban nga pwede malantawan man, no? Makonsider nila. Of course, those are your competitors. Threat of substitute product. Okay. You don't always think na imo lang ang product ang malamian, no? Ma-attract ang mga segment. May haragid nga mga bag-o nga nagagawa sa market. So what do you do? What do you do about that? No? That's why you have to innovate always. You have to improve, no, your products. Third is relative power of buyers. Okay? Again, relative power of buyers. Hindi man tanan-tanan, no? Yeah? Makabakal gid yun. Okay? It depends sa ila nga capacity, no? Ang ila nga ang capacity to buy for the products, no? So mag-ubra ka the product, maybe it will be attractive for others, but the others may not find it attractive, no, due to the budget constraints, no? Relative power of suppliers. Okay? So depende man sa suppliers, well, as buyers and suppliers, no, suppliers may affect as well the attractiveness of the segment. The same type of product, but the suppliers are actually different. No? That could pose like suppliers could be offering different brands. No? So ila mas nami yung brand to nila, ang imong brand ay hindi ginami, no? So this may affect as well the attractiveness of the segment. Next is evaluation of market segment, no? The company's objective and resources. This is the third, no? This is the third, no? In evaluating the market segment, no? The company's objective and resources, no? So this poses a question: can the company succeed in gaining this segment? So upon choosing, upon actually thinking about the right segment to serve, you have to ask now yourselves or the company, can the company succeed in gaining this segment? Meaning, it has to be sure. No? Ma-decide kita nga i-serve ta ning segment, potential ginisla mangin successful gid kita in considering this segment, kwaon tagituod ang mga kids nga segment, kwaon tagituod ang mga oldies nga segment, or young professionals, or mga seaman. Can we succeed if we try, okay, to meet the needs of this, considering the what? Company's objectives and resources. Okay? So you ask this question, okay, with this support question. Kaya tani sila ihan nga ma-meet ang ilang mga needs, okay, with our resources and objectives. That pose a question. Okay ba, si mga high-end ng mga tao, hindi naman makaya mga ilang mga needs, ang ato resources hindi capable mag-provide sa mga needs nila. Okay? That's another question. But how about talking about the segment? How do we check the market coverage, or what are some strategies that we can use to assess the market coverage? We have three: undifferentiated, differentiated, and concentrated. Let's see, how do we strategize how in meeting the needs of those segments? Look at this one. Undifferentiated marketing is just like this. You have your product. This product is for all your product is offered to all the market. That's undifferentiated. Okay? All the product is offered to all the market. That's under or undifferentiated. That's one strategy. Kung magbaligya ka, maubra ko product para sa tanan. Okay? Next strategy is differentiated marketing. Okay? The company will make marketing mix, number one, because they want to serve market segment one. Marketing mix 2 because they want to serve segment 2. Marketing mix 3 because they want to serve segment number 3. So they are going specific to the needs, individual needs of each segment, which is one thing that we would like to do as well, as part of a very good strategy. And last here is the concentrated strategy, RAI. The company will make a marketing mix, and we will try on this all of this mix ibubo tanadi kay segment number 2. Okay, so all the products of the company ibubo tanadi kay market segment number 2. Okay, they just focus on one segment. Okay, gatong ko kung gusto mo lang kami ara ka segment yang nga gina-focus gid you go with concentrated, Kay gusto mo lang gid ang inyo yang i-serve are all students, then you go with this one, concentrated. Pero kung gusto mo i-serve ang students, ang mga oldies, kag ang mga seaman, mga segment, this is differentiated, Of course, number one, dire is undifferentiated, Whatever product that we have, we offer it to the market. Okay. Depende, So kamo, you can think of your strategies later on. Are you going undifferentiated, differentiated, or concentrated? So there are factors to consider in choosing a market coverage strategy, Kay mayara kita kita a while ago. So anong mga consider ta? Kung company resources ang imong consideration, concentrated ang imong gamiton nga strategy. Why? Kung limited man lang ang imong resources, focus ka lang sa isa ka segment. That's concentrated. How about the next one? Product variability. Standardization can be matched with undifferentiated strategy, while variances can match with differentiated. Okay. ang McDonald's is standardized ang ilang products, no? That's why this is undifferentiated. So they make products and they offer it to all people. That's undifferentiated, no? While differentiated is they offer different product for different man nga customers. Okay? So meaning each of the needs of the customers, no, lain man ang ila yung product para sa ila, no. Okay? That's differentiated. Kung product variability ang imo consideration. Next is product stage in life cycle. In the beginning stage, use limited product offering. Sa pagpanugod, no, kung ikaw ga-start ka mo sa business mo, it is advisable nga undifferentiated lang anay or concentrated kay nga area hindi niya gasto, no? Kaya kung magbutang mo na differentiated ni, no, gasto na yon, damo products na i-offer mo sa perde ka, no? Ang differentiated, i-offer mo lang damo nga product kung ara ka na sa later stage nga, expand ka na. Next is market variability. If tastes are the same, use undifferentiated. Okay? Compare mo lang ang taste, then use undifferentiated. Okay? Competitors' marketing strategies. No? Be careful using opposite unless you can segment where they have that. Now, kung consider mo ya sang competitors' marketing strategies, be careful no, of using opposites no, unless you can segment where they have not. Kung nag-strategize sila yung differentiated, ikaw yung undifferentiated ka, no? Just be careful no, that you have no, segment it correctly. Kaya gusto mo yung mga segment kaya wala sila, amo na yung paon mo, no? But be careful no, nga ma-check mo na ang segment na tutuod nga wala pag ituod nila na serve ang ilang segment. Okay? Okay, that's number 2 PowerPoint. Questions, Anay, before we move to our next? Anyone? Still there? CJ? CJ?
Yes, sir.
Klaro man or may questions?
Wala na, sir.
Doon pilitan. O, sige. Let's move to our next. No? Good morning po. Positioning for competitive advantage. Now you understand at least no, you have an idea what is marketing segmentation and some strategies and how to segment. Then we'll move now to positioning our competitive advantage. Okay, so product's position is the way the product is defined by the consumers. What? The place the product occupies in the mind of the consumer. So I always tell this one, no? How do you want your product or brand to be remembered no? In the minds of the consumers? Okay? How do you want to be remembered? No? Okay, kung maghambal ka, okay, I'll go to the grocery, I'll buy toothpaste. Pag sulod mo sa toothpaste, pasod mo sa grocery, baka mo paghambal mo toothpaste, isa lang dayon sa mind mo. Okay? Normally, mambak yun nga. Colgate. Okay? Why? Because it has been established already and the Colgate company or Colgate product already has positioned their product no, as one who is leading talking about the toothpaste. No? So that's why it's very important no, to position no, your competitive advantage over the others. Marketers must plan to position or give their products the greatest advantage in selected target markets. No? So, kita liwat na competitive advantage or greatest advantage. No? when you make your own product later on, don't just make no, for the sake lang gadya of having a business. No? But you start your business no, because you have something unique to offer. Okay? When you want to stay in the business, you offer something unique. When you want to stay for 1 to 2 months, you offer the same. Ah, kanta ka do ka bulan, taon ta, hindi ka matakaan mo, matakaan ka mauntat sa kid, mangita ka naman iban. Ah? So design marketing makes just to create this planned position. Okay, choosing a positioning strategy. Let's see how. So the positioning task is consists of 3 steps. How do we position? Number one, 3 steps. Number one, identify a set of possible competitive advantages upon which to build a position. Ano nga mga competitive advantage ang may ara ka no, to build your position? Diba? You have to identify that one, no? Because the key to winning and keeping customers is to understand their needs and buying processes, not better than competitors do. Now, when the competitors has nothing or cannot do the things that you can do, that could be your competitive advantage. No? Your location could be your competitive advantage. Your processes could be your competitive advantage. Your product, your food, the best taste food could be your competitive advantage. Or it could be your it could be your best trained employees. Okay, so identify set of possible competitive advantage. No? So not every company will find many opportunities for differentiating its product offering and gaining competitive advantage. So when you go to Campus Tuhan, I think no one can replace the fun and excitement offered by Campus Tuhan. This is really this is something that is uh, uh, not compared with others because when you go to Silay, it's Magic Land, but Magic Land is uncompared with the nature plus the fun and family orientation of the Campus Tuhan, diba? So Magic Land has its own uniqueness as well, no? Specific ways that a company can differentiate, no? Diin ka mo, no? Diin kita maka-differentiate, magamba ka being uniqueness kid. Number one, you can go with your product, diba? Product could be something that is, okay, product could be something, uh, uh, or it involves the method, no? Talking about the product, a method includes the variety of standards of optional features, no? So magamba ka product na ano, no? Na ano man ang namin sa product nimo? Is it quality? Is it durable? Okay? Consistent kidi ang pagka-kuan ang iya colors. Ang quality consistent man. How about yung tawag nga repairability? No? Can we have an after sales service after this one? No? Okay. One thing is product differentiation. Differentiation. Sorry. Okay. When you have a product that is different among the others, or if you're the same among the others, but you have this so-called after sales, no? May pa kamo tawag nga warranty, no? That could be something different. That could be counted as one. No? One is product differentiation. Next is services differentiation. The way the firm differentiates the service to the company product. No? Ang method nag-include ang what? Hindi ka nakita, order ka, i-deliver na sa balay mo. Okay? That is actually one of those things nga mga appliances stores na ginobra, no? Deliver sa balay ninyo, kay libre lang. O, na lang kuya eh. Okay? What else? Installation service, no? Well, abot sa inyo, baka mo na i-install pa sa inyo balaya. No? Okay, others will not do that. No? You buy a product, no? You install it by yourself. Other, no? Since ibang bakal mahal, what they do is they do the customer training service. They even do the employee training services. And because you bought us like 200,000 worth of product, then you can it is we are offering customer training service, or the employee training services on the usage of the product. Well, that's service differentiation. So you have to check product. Is it the service that we have difference, or the channel? Number three, gains competitive advantage through the way company design its channel coverage, expertise, and performance. The channel could be, where diin siya, uh, channel could be a place where this product could be picked up. No? Because may mga bagay, may mga, we have channels nga ka-komportable hulatan. Okay? You pick up a product from a company that has a very nice employee. That channel itself is uh, is the best, considering na ang place is good, air condition, may pamahaw pa sa tanggahulat, okay? Because consumers will normally find comfort, especially when they're buying something. So we find means as well while they are waiting, to make them really comfortable. Yeah, for example, sa car care center na go to like Servitec or Goodyear, magpakayo ka na da, may araw na sila isa ka lunch, waiting area for you to watch TV, have free coffee, have free coffee, and air conditioned room na siya. Okay? So, wapo samtang gahulat kaya hindi kayo ma-bored. May TV, may newspapers, may books, there are even toys for kids. That's channel differentiation. Okay? Number four, people differentiation. You can use this uniqueness. How? You involve or hire people. People? What people? Trained people. Okay? Then the competitors do. Okay? So people are assets. Okay? So it is one big responsibility of HR people, human resource department, to choose the best people. Okay? Because people having a trained and professional people makes a difference. Talking about services. Number five is image. Requires working or established image that differentiate from competitor. Okay? Ba ko na pero may anong image naging napagawa ni Apple Corporation. Okay? Okay? They want to be a company na secure. Wala virus kaagi ang Apple, damo na. Okay? They want to be a company that is really unique, compared sa mga Android operationally driven ng mga phones or gadgets. Okay? Kung makita mo yan, kita ka palang Apple nga logo, do ka superior. Because image actually depicts superiority. What else? Class. Amo na napakita mga baka Louis Vuitton. Pagkabati mo pala, baka daw yun, mahal ni siya. Mahal ni siya. Amo ni nga klaseng mga product. Okay? So, image differentiates. So you choose your different. You choose your uniqueness with the given examples. Okay, so you can choose from the five product, image, people, service, or the channel differentiation. Number two step is, after identifying your uniqueness, is to choose the right competitive advantage. Okay? Kita mo na to? Then you choose. Nakita mo na to. Subong pili ka. So the organization must decide on what? How many differences to promote. Okay? Okay. Isa, dua, lima agad? Or isa lang? Or dua lang? Okay? So many marketers think that companies should aggressively promote one benefit to the target market. So iba, mga marketers kambal, isa ka difference, no? We aggressively promote that one. Jake Ramo, Grand Entrance, may hapon. Adman Rosser Reeves called this benefit as the unique selling proposition. Okay? Unique selling proposition. What is your unique selling proposition or the USP? They said, go for the number one attribute. Others believe that more than one differentiating factor is fine. However, kung more than one ka, you avoid what? Under positioning. Meaning, failing to ever really position the company at all. Okay? You want to position the company with those 5 differentiated difference or unique selling proposition. Base na hindi mo man maposisyon sa insakto ang company sa kadamo sa gusto mo mangin unique sa company. Number 2, giving buyers too narrow a picture of the company. Okay? Base tamaan mo kadamo-damo, hindi mo man siya ma-justify. Okay? Ano gidya bala ang base gamay lang man bala ang or hindi gamay man lang bala nga mga or hindi mo ba justified no ang gusto mong USP or unique selling proposition, no, because you really just want to have those 5. Or worst is you confuse the buyers. Ano gini ang ilang uniqueness man? The product, the people, because sometimes it's just good to have one first at the beginning. You started one. What's unique with this restaurant is what is their product, no? It is served in a different way with a unique flavors, with a unique flavor and presentation. Okay? So when you're having like a lot of unique selling propositions, basi ma-confuse ka, hindi nyo ma-justify man bala. Kung kaya sa company, let's do it, no? But if you're not yet ready, don't do it, no? Would like. Which differences to promote? Not all differences are meaningful or worthwhile. A difference is worth establishing kung baka guro worth siya kung masatisfy niya ang following criteria. Is it really important? May distinction gid bala? Superior gid na bala? Communicable bala? Easily shared? Preemptive? Affordable? Okay? Profitable? So ano gid, no? Kahit magambal ka nga hapan mo tanan, then you really have to get ready, no, nga i-satisfy mo ini mga criteria, no? Number 3, after deciding, no, is selecting an overall positioning strategy. Okay? So balikan ta. Number 1 is first step is identify a set of possible competitive advantage, no? Once ma-identify mo ng set of possible competitive advantage, you go now with choose the right competitive advantage, no? After choosing the right competitive advantage, you go on selecting an overall positioning strategy. So once the position is chosen, the company must take strong steps to deliver and communicate the desired position to the target consumers. No? So the company must select an overall position strategy. Ano gid, no? Because you really have to have one. Consumers typically choose products and services that gives them the greatest value. Normally are what? Aside, no, from the prices, normally it will be the product. No? Sometimes people will not care about the price as long as the products are good. Number 2, of course, the services and the people who are in the establishments. So the full positioning of the brand is called what? The brand's value proposition. This is the full mix of benefits upon which the brand is positioned. You have the good service, good employees, good food. Okay, this is actually the uh, so-called the brand's value proposition, or the mix of benefits upon which the brand is positioned. Communicating and delivering the chosen position. So once the position is chosen, the company must take strong steps to deliver and communicate the desired position. Ara na, ano nang gusto kong position eh. So the company's marketing mix effort must support the positioning strategy. No? If we go into the product, if we go into the what, the people, then it has to be supported. Companies often find it's easier to come up with a good positioning strategy than to implement it. Huh? What's wrong? What's hard most of the time is the implementation. No? Eh, aral na ang plano, may implement lang ang good life. No? The position strategy must be monitored, okay, that's good, adapted over time to match changes in consumers' need and competitor strategy. No? The observation and the assessment of the environment or the scanning environment doesn't stop. Okay, if this one has been uh, has been a very good strategy, then there might be changes still along the way, no? And you might as well add up or change your strategies along the way, no? So abrupt changes that might confuse consumers need to be avoided. Okay, so we always we always are consistent and sensitive, not to the needs of the consumers. So a product's position should evolve gradually as it adapt to the ever-changing environment. So strategies, once it's implemented, no, amat-amat lang kung may bago naman yung pasunod yung mga amat-amat lang ang pagdula sina, amat-amat lang pag-change na. So we don't need, no, we avoid abrupt changes, no, just because yung nakita ang competitors nga lain naman o malain naman tadayon na, no? So this is gradual ang pag uh, implement sa aton yung mga strategies. So the segments, the strategies, and the positioning strategy were discussed this afternoon. Questions? Yung mga questions ka mo, or questions